I don't see like programming books as exciting reads. I see them more as reference material. But
100% reference material. Yeah. Also with books, like if you're gonna get a book, get like don't get a book on a framework like React, because that's going to be out of date in 6 months.
Yeah.
But if you like get a book on C++ or C#, or just vanilla JavaScript, just basic JavaScript, or PHP, those books, the core language itself, like, yes, it changes, but those changes are not as dramatic, I would say.
Yeah.
As with like certain frameworks, especially like me, I work with React, and it's like in 6 months things change so much. Things can change so much in 6 months. So
I had an incident. Well, it's not a thing. A few weeks ago, I was on the train and I didn't have any signal. However, I was coding, as I always do on the commute, and I was stuck for this method, this function. I didn't know what it was called. I didn't know the order of the parameters and stuff, and my IDE wasn't set up to give me any of that autocomplete magic. But I had the iPad, and the iPad had the books all stored. And because of the magic that you can do with ebooks, you can search for keywords. You can't do that in physical books. You can't just sort of like search the whole thing for a keyword unless the contents and the index page was laid out in such an easy to digest fashion. And here I could instantly see that there was like 50 or so results of this particular word. And so I was just filtering down that word, that I think it was a function definition, to get that exact one. And it was like a very quick way of me to actually continue working whilst I was offline. So I think that's a good point. That ebooks for reference material is quite powerful.
One issue that I had with ebooks was I had a Kindle,
right?
And on a Kindle, at least my Kindle, the format, like the code blocks, they weren't formatted properly, so they would always break. So it had like a half a function on one page, then I had to turn the page, swipe to the left to turn the page. It was the other half of the function. That was kind of annoying. So maybe that's why I didn't find the books that I was reading at the time more useful, because I just I don't have a tablet.
Right.
I only have my laptop, and I don't like reading on a laptop.
I understand that. I understand. I think with physical books, I don't know whether this is just me being lazy or the dyslexic side of me. I find it very tricky to read code in a book. I find it far easier to do that on a screen, because the screen in your IDE is colored and it's all formatted in the way that you're used to. And when I'm just reading black and white code it's usually on several pages, right? So like you said, it's not formatted correctly. It's sort of half of the function is on the next page. I find that very difficult to follow, really difficult to follow. But I guess it could work for some. But the brilliance I found with ebooks is the way that you can search through them.
100%.
Yeah. I just wish that there was a way of, and maybe there is, I don't know, maybe the commenters could let us know, but I wish there was a way of, if you had a coding book in an ebook form, I wish there was a way of displaying the code in the same way that you could display it on an IDE with the fancy colors and everything. Because your tablet is colored, right? So just because the book isn't, the physical book, maybe there's a way of doing it, I don't know. But
I'm not sure. Maybe in the comments, as you said,
they
will let us know.